Hey guys, how are you? It's Rosie from Phoenix Rising by Dior. I'm here to give you a reading. When I tuned into Spirit, they said there would be something about love, but then they also communicated the fact that there's like many different programs that needs to be fulfilled. Programs meaning many different cycles that needs to be fulfilled for you. So let's see what's happening. Okay. Guys, we have Archangels Gabriel, Jophiel, Haniel, and Samael present for today's reading. And guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. By liking and sharing helps the messages to circulate and get to people who wouldn't normally click on a video like this. And if you want a reading or a clearing or entity removal, everything is located in my About section and how to contact me. Okay, great. Let's see what we got here. Oh yes, and Pandora. My first trade, I'm a hairdresser. That's why some days my hair looks great and some days it doesn't because I don't feel like doing a damn thing to it. Yeah, lately I've had readings done with my hair done and my makeup done too. Making a decision. This card fell sideways, guys. So multiple programs, multiple cycles here. So making a decision on transitioning, and it's interesting. Like one side, this divine being is an angel, and the other side, they're something of the earth. They're two completely different beings in one. So maybe there's something about you that you need to decide, or maybe you're having a hard time deciding between the two types that you are, the type of entity you are. Is there a way of bringing it into balance, or is it a way, maybe you're trying to figure out how do you merge your two selves? I have many selves. It's hard sometimes to juggle, but you can be all of it unless one side is good and one side is bad. I think that might be a harder juggle to have, right? Okay. You're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable, so you're having a hard time seeing the vision of what you're meant to become. And it's funny because there's two people touching hands. It's upside down here. Two little elfin kind of beings. Maybe it's really hard for you to just go and do what you need to do. It's almost like Spirit's saying you need a fresh approach on this situation, but it's like you're not allowing that to happen for some reason. You are either too busy thinking about it, or you're not thinking about it enough. But there's something new. Maybe you're feeling like this is dull. The cycle's been dull. Okay, but they're saying there needs to be a fresh approach. So. And maybe you're reluctant to see this. Maybe there needs to be a fresh cycle, and you don't want to see that. I'm an Aries. I'm all about change. So I'm like, okay, let's go. What are we doing? Next. What are we doing? I'm always changing. Maybe too much for some people. Okay. See, you're not even laughing. You're not even enjoying yourself right now. What's the freaking point then if you can't even enjoy yourself? Right? Life is meant to be majestic as much as you can't see. My beautiful little tree thing right there, okay? It's meant to be majestic. It's meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be fairy tale like. We make it very hard to be that way. We make things very matter of fact, and if it's not like this, and it's not. That's right. The human, the individual self, sometimes the 5D self, also your high self, is so. They said multiple programs, is so programmed to be the way you always were, and even when you're trying to change in the 3D, the 5D self is saying, nope. That's not how we do it here. We have our own way. Don't let anybody change you. Yeah, so if I'm saying that, that must mean that some of your high selves need to be upgraded. Some of your high selves need a spiritual kick. And Let me ask. I was going to say, unfortunately, I don't think you can do that, but I'm going to ask high self and spirit. If the viewers ask their high selves to give them a spiritual kick, will it work for them? No. Okay. I can do that for you, though. If you feel this is you. So, yeah. Which kind of like teaching them the newest version, the 2.0 version of you, 2.1.22 version of you. And maybe let's add in some 2.0.23 version of you, and maybe, add some more to that later. Because our old high self and spirit, but our old high self, which is you on the 5D level, they're very sedimentary in their ways. And if you're not a creature of change like I am, per se, your high self may not want to change, even if you're trying to change. Ugh, that's frustrating. Yes. Spirit's like, yes, it is. Okay. Because I have to do that work for you. Okay. All right. What else? Because let's talk to the viewers here. What's going on? Okay. So I guess the love is the loving of yourself. Something is not taking action. Could be you. Could be your high self. That's a hard cookie to swallow. You almost can't do anything about it. It's like if this is you, okay, you basically try everything to move beyond where you are right now, mentally, maybe even physically. But something always blocks you. And it might be the blocks, but it may just be your high self. And that is something that, like I just said, I just asked, is there anything that you can do? Can you ask them to do it? And they're saying no. You can't do it. I can do that. But you, see, the other day, last week or 2 weeks ago, when there was a whole entity issue, the Spirit was giving me an answer for what I could do or what you can do. I like that, because not everybody can make an appointment. But let's see. Maybe I'm going to be putting my foot in my mouth, and maybe they're going to give me a solution for you guys before the end of this reading. And Pandora, just so you know, that feathered look you're talking about, that's called layers. Layers are a good thing, okay? Especially when your hair is long. Okay, so, even short, I love layers. You're not using discernment in your ascension, is basically what Spirit's saying. Why? What did I just say the reading was about? Self-love. Okay? It's about loving the self. Loving the high self too, maybe. Maybe that's the key. Maybe you need to talk to your high self and say, I love you. Please elevate yourself for me, because I want to elevate and I can't elevate if you're not letting me. Are you one of my blocks? Could be. Could be. So, okay, let's see what's going on. And they're saying, like, when you speak something into existence, how can the high self love you if you don't love yourself? But if you're so loving yourself and so taking care of yourself, the high self sees this, and then maybe then they'll change their views. But if you are always talking shit on yourself, then your high self is not going to want to evolve. Is this true? Yes. See, I knew it. I said before I put my foot in my mouth, let me see what they say. So if they give themselves loves, and they loves, maybe multiple love, okay, multiple levels of love. So if they give themselves love, a continual love, stop talking shit about themselves in their head, And if they then in some way, shape, or form prove it to their high selves that they deserve better, if they ask their high selves then to give them a spiritual kick, will it then work, or will then it will not work? Hold on, it's moving. It will then work. At what percentage will it work? So this is a lot of work on your behalf. For you, which I'm going to say, for anybody who wants me to do it, email me. But, by you learning how to do this by yourself, you will really learn to love yourself. So maybe I shouldn't do it for you. I can elevate anyone's high self and spirit, but if you have to do the work yourself, the hard way, the way that I had to do it, and everybody else probably has to do it, unless you can do what I do, that's a lot of work. And that means when you're done at the end of the day, you're going to love yourself no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter how badly you fucked up in your life, or the mistakes you're going to make. You say, oh, I'm human, I don't know what to tell you, I make mistakes. You know what I mean? So going through the work of it is a tremendous service that you will be doing for yourself, guys. Stages of forgiveness. You know, looking in the mirror saying, I love you. Yes, you made a mistake. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. There's not one human being that made a mistake. That didn't make a mistake, I should say. We all are imperfect. In the Bible it says we were all born with sin. Why? Because we're not perfect. Okay. If we were perfect, it wouldn't be saying that. It would say you are all perfect. Do whatever you want. So, okay. Is this right? All right. What percentage will it work for them if they truly love themselves? All right. 100%. And then they ask their high selves to give them a spiritual kick. How much will it work? Will it be just as effective as what I do? Or the same? Or maybe even more? It'll be just as effective as when I do it. Okay, guys? But there's something to be said about truly doing the work. You know, that's like, you know, winning the millionaire. That's what I was going to say. Becoming a millionaire because you won the lottery. You appreciate it, but not on the same levels as if you appreciated that you made it yourself, that you busted your ass, that you did so much to get to that level. You know, you would use discernment when it came to making decisions. You wouldn't just be like, yeah, I'll buy the freaking, you know, yacht, or maybe you'll be a hoarder and not spend a penny. You know, people do that, or they spend every freaking penny. But somebody who really works hard for it, even they make mistakes, right? Happens. Millionaires go broke, right? But going through the process of it, it teaches you so much. So doing the work, it's going to really teach you guys how to really respect yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself. Say, I'm human, you know, and people who judge you for making mistakes, say, I'm human and so are you. And if you can't see it, then you don't need to be in my life. There's a lot of people that I don't have in my life right now because of that. Thou shalt not throw stones in glass houses. How many people do you know throw stones in glass houses? Do you throw stones in a glass house? Do you judge somebody for doing something that you do or you've done in the past? Because if you've done it in the past and then you're judging somebody for doing it, you're a hypocrite. That's why I really can't judge anybody, because I've done a lot of things. You know, so I'm like, oh, I'm not perfect, so I can't. You know, there's only one thing that one in particular that I just absolutely cannot overlook is, even if you have a mental sickness or disorder, anybody who molests or abuses young children or rapes people, or, you know, murders somebody out of a malicious form, or for pleasure, those are the things I can't overlook. But people do kill people by accident. It does happen. Did you hear that? As the car just sped up and like took off, accelerated quickly, and I was gonna say, like crimes of passion. They never intended to kill their loved one, the person that they adore and they're probably married to or been in a long-term relationship. But one fit of jealousy that took them over the top. Or whatever, somebody's cheated on you and you're over the top. You can't control your emotions, and like, I get it. I can cope. I mean, it's not right, but I can understand how somebody can get to that point, even though it's not right. You know, there's some things you can mentally comprehend. Other things, even if they have a mental disorder, I just know. Somebody would have seen some type of sign, right? That somebody wanted to do those disgusting things to people. Oh my God. Purity in the reverse, disgusting things to people as I'm talking. Guys, I mean, please type down below because I want to know. Have you guys been like really seeing like almost like every as soon as you say something, it comes into reality? I want to know. I feel there's a small percentage of my viewers who are experiencing this right now, because I'm experiencing it, but I'm experiencing that other people are experiencing it as well. So I'm kind of curious, is it just a phase, or is this like an evolution issue, or is this just like a thing that's been happening to everybody? How many percentage of the viewers are going through this right now? 35% of you guys are going through this. All right, and you're evolving to the next level. Okay, so yeah, signs. You're seeing the signs. Okay, all right. What else, please, Spirit? What do you want to say? Okay. All right, guys. It's really about unleashing who you are truly meant to be. Unleashing who you're meant to be. Becoming who you're meant to be. You don't have to start at the beginning. For those who are fear of recreating everything of who you are, it's not about that. It's about fine-tuning who you are, guys. Fine-tuning. Like that one little hair that's rogue in the sun right now. You know, it's about, you know, trying to bring it in and pull it all together. You know what I mean? It's about fine-tuning it. It's the polished effect of you. It's not about like going to the drawing board, grabbing the blueprints, crumbling them up, throwing them in the fire pit and saying, now what? What do I do now? And maybe for some of you guys, you might have to do that. But Spirit's saying, for a large portion of you, it's not that. Just little tweaks. Little positions here and there. It's going to lead you to you being you, you being you. I just said, you being you. And what I wanted to say is you being your best self. Simply the best. You're better than all the rest. Right? Say what you need to say. Get out of your pride. Because you staying in your pride is keeping you not loving yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to evolve. And I think if you don't say what you need to say to someone or something, or maybe to your damn self, you're going to be stuck in this cycle. Okay, guys? All right, what is the closing message for today's reading, please? Which deck do you want me to use? Okay. Destiny. It fell sideways. For those of you who've been on the quest of finding what are you meant to do? What are you destined to do? Who are you destined to become? What is your level of greatness? You're almost there, guys. All right. Love and light.